Glory to God.
But this is life.
Fix it, fix it, fix it. We gotta learn how
All
to
we
live.
can do is our best.
We gotta learn how to live.
Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody is perfect. But like I said on last week, you don't have to be perfect to help somebody perfect parts of their life.
Come on, make that plain. Make that plain.
Luke chapter 5.
Use it, Lord. Use it, Lord. Some more. Use it some more.
Luke chapter 5, starting with verse 4. From the NIV it says, when he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch. Simon answered, Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I will let down the nets. When they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish that their nets began to break. So they signaled their partners in the other boat to come and help them. And they came and filled both boats so full that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, go away from me. I am a sinful man. You may be seated. Last time I preached, I asked you a question. And I believe I came from Matthew, perhaps Matthew 5, somewhere around there, when he chose his disciples. Now we're covering Luke, just before he chose Simon, Peter, and James and John. So I want to ask you a question again today. What would happen if we all worked together?
All right. Sit on the wall.
I hear you. I hear you.
Down.
I praise God for the strength I have, but I really don't have enough to preach, so I'm just going to talk to you. It's been a trying week, but I'm grateful. The difference between me and a few of y'all is you'll never know when I'm sick, you'll never know what I'm going through, because I just keep going.
That's what we're supposed to do.
I believe that sickness deserves a fight. So when I went over my parents' house and they said, son, you need to get some rest, you need to do something. I said, I'm doing something, I'm fighting. Because when I get sick, I don't think it's going to win.
That's
So
right.
I give it my best. Because I believe in my God. And I don't run around telling everybody what's going on. They say, how you feeling? I'm good. Because I believe my God is bigger. So why would I give credit to something that's smaller?
All right. All right.
So let's talk. Jesus didn't have a boat, so he borrowed one. He went out to talk to the people because he had a message. He had something to say, but he had to find some helpers. Jesus did. So he borrowed a boat from Peter. He pushes out and he starts to deliver a message. And then we pick up after the message. It says after he had finished speaking, he performed a miracle. Oftentimes in church, in life, we miss that part. We get a message that must be followed with an action.
Ooh, action.
A lot of us come to church and we get a message and we can go home and say, he really preached today. And I really felt like I was in church. But then we don't follow it up with any real action.
Come on, make it plain. Make it plain.
So we get filled up and inundated with the Spirit and with Word. But then we don't go out and share that word. We don't do anything with it. So today I just want to talk to you for a few minutes. Keisha, I'm sorry, I know you're already into it, but if you 6 and above, y'all can feel free to go with Miss
They
Keisha
smiling now.
to Children's Church. I gave her just a little bit. Because there's some people in here that are already going into action, and I know she's one of them. So we'll let her go ahead and work with our young people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We come to church, we get great messages, we get great sermons, we get great preaching.
Come on, come on.
But then we don't follow it up with any real action.
Come on.
Jesus gave his message. He borrowed his boat from Peter, and then he performed a miracle. I'm going to skip over a few things and come back. He performed a miracle, and then once this miracle was performed, Peter said, Lord, go away from me, because I am a sinful man.
A sinful man. I can't stand it from you.
This was something that Jesus already knew. He already knew that you were messed up when he called you.
Uh-oh. That's right.
He already knew that you had problems when he chose you.
Come on.
He already knew that you had some issues, but you may have had a boat.
Uh-oh. 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 He can get around you.
See, Peter was a sinful man and he had some issues, but he had something that Jesus could use. He had a boat. And at the time, Jesus needed a boat.
Make it plain.
Because the people would gather around him, and how many of you know when too many people get around you, they start a commotion and it gets loud and you can't be heard. So sometimes you have to separate yourself so that the message can be heard. So he needed a boat. So he had to borrow a boat from a sinner. A sinful man that knew he had messed up, but he was willing to give God his boat.
He's working overtime already. Come on.
So he gave him his boat, preached his message, then he came back and he said, here, because you've done something for me, I want to do something for you. But here it is. This is your shouting point.
Don't
I'm not
miss
preaching,
it.
I'm just talking to you. He said, what I'm about to do for you is so big that you can't handle it by yourself. You need to get some other people involved. You can't do this by myself.
So help me, bless.
It won't work. Lord, I need you and I need some help.
Come on, come on.
Thank you for finally coming back. See, sometimes in life, us country folk, we know you go fishing sometimes. I broke my jump rope, so it's a fishing rod today. So what happens is you launch out into the deep, because he said go, and you keep launching out and you're trying to catch something. See, that's what Peter and them had been doing all night long. They kept launching out into the deep and launching out, and they just kept coming up empty.
Come on, come on.
But Jesus preached his message after he borrowed a boat, and then he threw out his line. Because Jesus said, this time you're going to catch something.
Come on now, come on now.
So what he did is he started pulling, but how many of you know that fish fight? See, I'm giving you my best now because I don't know how much I got left, but fish will fight you. And don't fight me too much because you might break my line. But fish will fight because they don't want to leave the environment they're in.
Oh, you working that. You working that.
I'm preaching real good already. See, they get comfortable where they are. They're good with how they are. They're good with how they've been doing things. They're comfortable in their atmosphere. They really don't want to get pushed. They don't want to get pulled. They don't want nothing in their mouth that don't taste right. They want to eat a certain thing. You got to have the right bait. You got to have the right method. If you don't talk to me right, I'm going to fight you. If you don't treat me right, I'm going to fight you. If you don't do things just the way I'm used to, I'm going to fight you. So sometimes I need some help. Because when you get a fish on your line, how many of you know? See, what I need you to do, since you're making your way, I need you to grab the line too, because one fish, two fish, and then I need a red fish and a blue fish. See, because the more you pull, the more people jump on your line, the more of a fight it is. So Jesus said, I need for you to call out to some other people, because you're going to need some help. You're going to need some it by herself. Pastor Mary Ann can't do it by herself. Pastor Ron can't do it by himself. I can't hold the door, sing the songs, and play the instruments. I can't pass out Kleenexes, cook the food, and serve it. If we can't work together, we can't pull in the whole thing. All I can do is get one fish, or maybe two fish, maybe a red fish, maybe a blue fish. But I can't get all the fish by myself. I need some help. See, this is just what I've realized in my few short years on this earth. See, I can build a business by myself, but with the right people connected to me, I can build an empire. See, I'd rather make millions with you and have enough to share with those around me than make thousands by myself. I'm trying to talk to somebody.
They better hear it.
See, I know I can raise my kids by myself, but it's much easier when I got some help. I'm still of the belief that it takes a village. I don't have all the knowledge. I don't have all the strength. I don't have all the resources. But if I can partner with some people, Peter understood that he had to have some partners. So when Jesus said, "Follow me," James and John, his partners, were already there.
Come on.
And he said, "The blessing I have for you is so big that you're going to have enough for your friends.
You gotta get some help.
You're going to have enough for your partners.
You gotta get some
The
help.
haul that you bringing in is going to be so great that the people around you are going to get blessed. So when I say follow me, I got room for them too. So if they willing, they can come on with me." And then James and John got so strong, they said, "Lord, when you go to your place of glory, can you save a place for me?"
We have a special place.
Can one of us sit at your left and one of us at your right? Jesus said, "You don't know what you ask, but if you want it, you can have it." Some of y'all been begging for some stuff. You've been wanting some stuff, even though you're not ready for it. Even though you don't know what you're asking for. And Jesus will look at you and say, "If you want it, you can have it." But I'm telling you right now,
You better be ready.
you better get ready. You better start forming some partnerships. Because when he starts putting stuff in your boat, if you're not careful, you will sink down to the bottom. So you got to make sure you got a church you can hold on to. Make sure you got some preachers that are speaking in your life. See,
Come on, you working.
it's a lot of people preaching a real good message nowadays. And this is free because I'm done with the message. I'm done.
Come on, work. Let
It's
it
a
finish.
lot of people preaching real good.
All right.
They got a new school flow. They can pull out the right little accessories. The production perfect. The lights are wonderful. The band sounds good.
Come on.
But they really not speaking truth.
You better say it.
I got a friend of mine that says if you can't drop it in the bush and they can pick it up, it ain't worth it. I said, what does that mean?
Watch out now. Watch out.
He said, you know there's a gospel we preach in the U.S. that you can't take to Africa.
Can't drop it in the bush. It ain't no good.
You can't take it nowhere else. Because it doesn't apply to them. They can't pick it up. They can't receive it, but they know the same Jesus.
Watch out now.
But this message is so diluted. This message is so watered down that it's lost the spirit. It sounds good. And it has some real good snippets. You know? You can get some real good clips for Instagram. And it looks real good on Facebook. But when you really get down to the meat of it,
Come on.
you really aren't being prepared for anything.
You talking real good.
See, this is the free part.
Come on.
With all you're getting, get understanding.
Get some understanding.
I don't care how good he sounds. I don't care how good she can deliver it. If they're not preaching the word, you need to find somebody else who is.
You better know that and know it quickly.
This is why we have Christians that can't love one another.
Uh-oh, go ahead and stop right there.
This is why we have churches that are ineffective. This is why we have more organizations popping up every day trying to do for the community because the church won't do their job.
I hear it, I hear it, I hear it.
But what would happen if we all worked
Together.
What would happen if I could call on First Baptist of Jonesboro and say, hey, we got some people that need some coats, and they send some coats? I'm not saying that they won't or that they don't. I'm just saying, what if more churches did that? What if we all started to work together?
If you could and you would.
You already understand the progress you can make when you can form a team on your job, and everybody actually contributes. You can get way more done if everybody does their part. But how many of you ever been to school and had a group project and that one person just was not going to pull their weight?
And you always got a lesser grade because.
And half of the people in the class always knew that person is not going to do anything. So whenever the teacher started forming groups, everybody would always hope that that person didn't end up
In my group. Come on, you still preaching. You preaching real good too.
We got out of school, but we didn't leave that mentality behind.
You better say it. You better say it.
So now we got people that come into the church, and we know you ain't gonna do nothing.
Come on. Everybody know.
You can dress like me, you can look like me, you can say you're gonna do what I do, but they ain't gonna do nothing but try to collect the same grades.
Uh-oh.
Well, how many of you know?
No, you didn't say you
Church ain't like school. See, you can call it in or phone it in at school and hope nobody tells on you, and you can get the same grade. But in church, when you get ready to go before your maker, when you get ready to go before the God that created you, you can't tell him that you knew me.
All right, you better say it.
You can't say, well, but I sang with Leslie though.
Oh, come on, you fixing it real good.
But I served on the usher board at Fresh Bread. But I served food every time they was cooking though.
Ain't enough.
And he's gonna say, get away from me. I never knew you.
You saying it real good.
I'll go back to the message real quick.
Come
At
on.
least Peter was willing to identify that he was a sinful.
You better say it. You better say it.
Because how many of you realize in order to fix a problem,
You gotta
you have to first admit that you have one. That's why I'm not afraid to stand before you and say, Lord, I'm just a sinner in need of a Savior. I'm a man that has fallen and I don't want to fall anymore. So if you would, send me some people I can lean on, God.
Come on, keep working, keep working.
Send me some teammates I can work with. Because like I told you before, sometimes I'll get weak and I'll need to lean on my brother. And sometimes my brother's going to get weak and he needs to lean on me. But if I lean on him and he leans on me, even if we both get weak, we can still prop each other up.
Oh, you're right, you're right.
What would happen if we all work together? What if I leaned on Leslie and Leslie leaned on me? And then Tracy leaned on Leslie and Paul leaned on Leslie.
You can't.
And I leaned on Jada. Jada leaned on Pastor Fagan. Pastor Fagan leaned on Nia. And Nia leaned on Tramel. And Tramel leaned on Noel.
We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
No matter how weak Noel gets, somebody still gotta hold him up. No matter how much stuff falls on Leslie, if she has a team around her, she has somebody that can prop her up. Maybe I don't have the voice to pray that day, but Rodney may have the word for her. Maybe Rodney may not have the word, but Jan might have the word. And you don't understand, whatever you went through might come into play that day. So you can't keep sitting by saying I'm a sinful person. You gotta send your vote. Because I might need your vote that day. I may need your testimony. I may need your story. I need something from you, but if you're not there, how can I lean on you?
Can't lean on you when you ain't down.
What would happen if we all work together?
No stopping.
Praise team, y'all come back and give us a hand. The doors of the church are
No
open.
stopping that. No stopping.
If you're in need of a Savior, if you want to join this church, all of that's open to you. But if you are in need of special prayer, we want to open this altar to you as well. I don't know about you, but I need somebody to lean on sometimes.
Yes, we all do. We all do.
I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for their sacrifice. I'm grateful for their giving. I'm grateful for all that they do. Because I know that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have the strength to keep moving some days. And I don't deal with a lot of people, but the people I deal with for a reason. Jesus called Peter, James, and John. And when he was transfigured, he called Peter, James, and John. Everybody wants to identify with Paul, but I'm looking for some Peters. Some people that are willing to live their boat. Some people that are willing to draw their sword. Some people that are willing to say, I'll put up a tent for you and everybody with you. See, that's what Peter do. Peter say, whatever I have, though I'm a sinful individual, Lord, I'll give it all to you. Because you're worthy of it. And I'm grateful for you. and it feels like it's too much for you to bear, I want you to come up here today as Minister Bell prepares to pray for us. All of you that have believed that God is able to do what you need Him to do. Though you've been struggling, though you've been fighting, if it's been too heavy, we want to open the altar. I know you believe. I know